The parable begins with a man who has two sons. The younger son demands his share of property that is to be inherited by him, which the father grants. The younger son takes his inheritance and leaves home for a far country, where he squanders his fortune in reckless living. After spending all his money, a severe famine hits the land, leaving the younger son in poverty and desperation. He takes a job feeding pigs, a task considered degrading in his culture, and reaches a point of desperation where he longs to eat the pig feed because no one gives him anything. In his misery, the younger son reflects on his situation and realizes that even his father's hired servants live better than he does now. He decides to return home. Upon his return, while still far from home, his father sees him and, filled with compassion, runs to him, embraces him, and kisses him. The son confesses, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son." The father, instead of reprimanding, orders his servants to bring the best robe and put it on him, put a ring on his finger and shoes on his feet, and prepare a feast to celebrate his return, declaring that his son was lost and is now found, was dead and is alive again. Meanwhile, the elder son, who had been working in the fields, returns and hears the celebration. Upon learning the reason, he becomes angry and refuses to join. He feels slighted and complains about his faithfulness and the lack of reward compared to the lavish reception for his wayward brother. The father explains to the elder son that everything he has is also his, and that they should celebrate the return of the younger son because he was lost and has been found, highlighting the joy of reconciliation and forgiveness. The parable of the prodigal son, also known as the prodigal son's return, is a parable told by Jesus in the Bible, specifically in Luke 15:11-32, illustrating the themes of mercy, grace, and forgiveness. It emphasizes the joy of redemption and the unconditional love of a father, often interpreted as representing God in the parable, towards his children, regardless of their past actions.